How you doing? Appreciate you for stumbling onto the channel. Hopefully you enjoy it and stick around for a few more videos. So with this episode, I want to talk about old Slick Nick Bosa. Yeah, it's the right Bosa. It was Nick, not Joey. So if you haven't seen it yet, I would advise you to check out his post-game, I don't know, actions after the Cowboys Niners game. Just see what he did on the field while they were interviewing Brock Purdy and George Kittle. Nick Bosa decides from off camera, make his way into the background, lean in over Purdy's right shoulder, wearing a Make America Great Again hat, a MAGA hat. Donald Trump, pointing at it, and then walks off. Okay, that's the game you want to play? Sure. So, interestingly enough, he goes to the post-game press conference without the hat on, and then when asked about it, said he didn't want to talk about it. So you had the energy to go off, because once again, he wasn't wearing it under his helmet. This was right after the game. He went off, got the hat, put it on, walked back onto the field, made sure the cameras saw it. I believe the reporter, I cannot remember her name, asked him about it, and he said it's an important time or something like that, and then walked off. Okay. So then you do that, you're bold enough to do that, but then when you were in the confines of the post-game interview room, you want to act like it didn't happen and you didn't want to talk about it. Why? Why all of a sudden did you not want to express what you were so free to express when you're out in the field, that you are a MAGA supporter? Now, for most instances, I would say, so what? You're free to believe what you want to believe. But no, because I've done a few episodes on here where I've talked about where social issues kind of blur the lines with sports, and it's always certain people that leave a comment saying, keep politics out of sports. Now, if they were consistent with that, I'd be like, sure, but they're not. It's only when certain people usually resemble, when they speak out on things, that's when people have a problem. But now Nick Bosa does this, and we all know what that kind of messaging brings behind it. And also, Nick Bosa has some actions in his past that fall in line with a lot of the beliefs that come with that hat. But now there's people who support him and say, oh, they always love to say liberals and Democrats need to chill. He's free to believe what he wants to believe, all this kind of stuff. Funny they say that. There's the same organization with the 49ers where you might remember, a few years ago, a guy by the name of Colin Kaepernick tried to make a political statement, and you all got in your feelings and wanted the league to kick him out. He was un-American, he was this, he was that. And you said, keep politics out of sports. You had the NBA in the bubble, their Black Lives Matter and all that. You said, keep politics out of sports. But then when you have guys like, who's the Reds this past season had a couple of guys who, did the Trump mannerisms on the base paths, y'all were quiet. Y'all had nothing to say because you like that. Because he falls in line with what you support. Okay. So it's keep politics out of sports when it doesn't align with what you believe in. Got it. So now this. with old Nick Bosa, why be ashamed of it? You showed who you were. I mean, I would have had more respect if he sat there in the post game press conference when they asked him about it. I don't know. Give us a reason why you believe in him. Give us what you like about him. Maybe you could have educated somebody. But no. You chose to be a coward and act like we forgot what you did on the field. And look, I'm not one of these who's going to say, Nick Bosa should be kicked out of the league. That's what y'all wanted with Colin Kaepernick, and ultimately what kind of happened. I'm not going to say that because my stance is always, hey, you're free to believe what you want to believe. You're free to, express yourself under the freedom of speech. But the part of that y'all like to forget is we don't have to be ignorant to what you're saying. You will get a response. It's also our freedom to respond in a certain way through speech, obviously, not asking for violence or anything like that. Never do. So I just think it's interesting, the hypocrisy with a lot of people when it comes to athletes and politics. Somebody's going to have to explain that one to me. Is it some type of insecurity that you have? Possibly. Maybe you just have an issue with the people who express, like LeBron James or Colin Kaepernick or Brittany Griner. Starting to see a pattern here. Just saying. Those are three people who, from people who think like Nick Bosa and support what Nick Bosa supports, those like their three worst enemies when it comes to sports. LeBron, Colin Kaepernick, and Brittany Griner. I don't know. You might want to take a look back at what they've possibly done to deserve it. I'll save you the time. There were three people who spoke out against social injustice, which for some reason became a trigger word for a lot of you. So I still will not understand it. I mean, I'm not going to turn this into a political forum or anything like that. I mean, some of you who watch this may not like topics like this, may leave comments that come at me. I don't care. I really don't. Let me know, whatever. I don't care. But if you want to have a real conversation, then let me know if you have a problem with Bosa wearing the hat and then not speaking on it after the fact. Let me know in the comments. So, yeah, I mean, look, I doubt anything comes from this. I'm going to assume the other guys in the 49ers locker room probably knew he was a supporter, or if they didn't, maybe they had an idea. So I'm not going to assume that anything's going to go on crazy with the 49ers. This is kind of what election years bring, especially when that hat and the person behind that hat are involved in it. We have about a week to go until this upcoming election, then the coming months after that before certification and all that stuff. So may not be the last time we see that hat in terms of an athlete. Also, probably won't be the last time I come forth with one of these kind of videos. So if you do enjoy me speaking on topics like this, leave a like and let me know. If you don't, you can let me know that as well. Will it stop me from addressing this the next time somebody does it? No, it won't. But I just want to hear from you. In the description, I will have my Discord that you are free to join. That way we can talk about stuff like this. We can just talk, while watching games about what's going on and just have some fun, just creating a nice little sports haven for us to interact. Like our own little interactive sports bar. But thanks for tuning in. If you made it all the way through, leave a comment, let me know. But yeah, so be safe. God bless. I'll see you next video. All right. Enjoy the rest of your day. Bye.